Hey guys, welcome back to round one coverage of the Mountain Cove Classic 4. Idris Garcia here with Mr. James Snappy Cole.
We are moving into the back nine, starting on hole 10. We got a good little group of guys here. Myself, two-time Mountain Cove, that's a typo, three-time. And we got Nic Robinson, Matt Dollar, and rounding us out will be Braseel.
Thanks for coming back, guys. We got a tight one here as we head into hole 10. Par 3, 300 feet. It is picture shot. You want to go hyzer backhand or hyzer sidearm if you're a righty.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. Just avoid that little cluster of trees or happen to Scooby through them. Either way, whatever you got to do. Not really tough, just 300 feet away.
Yeah, nice easy hole coming off of the par 5 of hole 9.
Yeah, the unfair hole 9.
Dylan leading us off. He is also in the lead at 4 down. Dollar and Snappy at 3 down.
That thing was right on line, just about 5 feet long of the ace.
Yeah, really great shot from Dylan.
I got a pretty good read off of his Firebird. I'm going to throw my Firebird.
Whoo!
I'll take that.
Another good line, both of you guys. Yeah, going a little bit
nowhere
long.
near that CTP, but it'll work. Dollar going with maybe a Fireball. Don't know.
He's got some overstable discs in his back.
Yep. That's all he throws is really overstable or really flippy. That's his game.
Luckily he made it on the other side of that little clump. There's Nick reading off of that and going a little bit wider, and he'll have a look as well. A little bit up the hill like you and Dylan. Doesn't look like the wind is fighting too hard. Looks like it's moving right to left on Dollar, and he just doesn't get it up enough.
Yeah, I was looking for a little lift out of that headwind and didn't get it.
Yeah, looks like that CTP is going to be tough to beat for anyone.
Yeah. Just off the top. I'd much rather miss off the top than low.
Nick goes a little wide. That's where I'm frustrated, is when I miss right. I don't like pulling it like that.
Oh, thank you. I'll take a stroke on everybody.
Yep, just jamming it in there, fighting through the wind, cutting right through it. Give the basket a little bit of love.
Catch up to my homie Dylan.
Yep, Nick tapping in there. Dylan will do the same. That'll leave Dollar, who's pretty close by. And as we get rolling here, thanks to Tennessee Disc Golf and Coltin Calloway for filming. And thanks for Ben Howard of Howard Disc Golf for helping out. And of course, Johnny for running things.
Yeah, man, having that 2 angles is awesome. Having a catch camera is way better than trying to capture it all on one. So thank you, Ben. Moving into hole 11 here, 315 feet. This is a tricky little 315-foot hole. It looks like it's uphill the whole way, and then right there at the end, maybe the last 40 feet, it kind of drops off a little bit. So looks like you're going to be short, and then you end up right under the basket.
Yeah, it's definitely deceptive.
It's a tough one to gauge. I usually miss it wide, like that.
And it looks like you went with the same disc as last hole.
Yep, that's been throwing that Firebird for a couple of years now, and haven't learned it yet. Dylan going a little low, but it almost made it all the way there.
What a skip he got off the top of that hill. That was zooming. And not a lot of people do it, but you can actually take a sidearm on this hole.
Yeah, for me, I have to crank that sidearm so hard that if I turn it over and it turns left into the woods, that's all briars.
Yep.
That thing is lifting like crazy, but got nice the equal drop at the end.
Yeah, nice soft finish for sure. and he'll have a good look at it.
Dylan from way downtown.
Oh man! I didn't think it was gonna stay. I didn't think it was gonna stay straight. It looked like it was gonna hyzer out. It looked. What a
good one!
Great putt. Great putt from Dylan.
Yeah, that was like 60 feet or something.
Downhill, wind. I mean, just a good.
Bummer.
Just off the front of the cage.
Play that game where pick one up and give it back, and pick one up and give it back.
Yeah.
Nic makes good. That was a really good looking stroke.
Yeah, really nice, clean little hyzer putt. Right dead center.
That's pretty cool. Looking at the cards and seeing that me and Dylan and Nic were all on the same card because we all shared a cabin together.
Oh, nice.
So that was fun.
Yeah, that's definitely the second most fun part of the Mountain Cove
chill
Classic.
At the cabins and like have a little campfire and putting games, and then you get to play cool holes like hole 12. Short little 225 footer. Usually some pretty good little wind coming up that hill. Another one where you just get to pick your favorite shot and throw it down there. Nothing too crazy, just 225 feet is the only objective.
Yeah, I think this one can be deceptive as well sometimes with that headwind coming at you, because it's such a short hole, but the wind's fighting you. So you'll leave it short pretty easily.
Dylan going with a...
Unless your name's Dylan.
Gator, looks like.
Then you'll just park it.
No problem, right there.
That line.
That line.
Beautiful hyzer line, just perfect stability to bring it right back towards the pin. And I think that's definitely the play, is something a little bit faster than a putter that you know is going to come back.
Looking pretty good too, just a little tight. A little short, but that'll be putting. I've been going sidearm. I finally gave up the thumber. Going sidearm now. Just 225 is really comfortable for my sidearm. Don't have to throw it very hard.
Nice skip there.
And it's really hard to throw a thumber into a headwind.
That is very true.
And that thing just kind of stopped flying. It was weird. It looked like it was on a good speed, and then the headwind took it and it had one flutter and just like fell out of the air.
Ooh, rides that headwind
then,
right towards the
basket. Yeah, decides it wants to ride off of that headwind. It was just super unpredictable winds, swirly. 1 second it'd be a headwind, and then you turn around and it's a tailwind. It was tough.
Yeah, tough bid there for Nic. Leaves it a little wide himself, and that's where this hole gets tricky. If you leave it short, it's just a tough putt. But get yourself in that short grass and
I love when they stick in the
pick
chains
up the birdies.
like that. It's my all-time favorite. Catches inside the chains.
Just know it's a good putt. Nic not with a gimme back up this little hill, and
at least he's got some
a little
beautiful
high.
backdrop to look at while
For
he's
sure.
walking up there.
Yeah. Just a tough putt. Looks like it just stuck in the hand a little bit long, and he'll get an unfortunate bogey, as Central Coast likes to say, the classic birdogey. Get a birdie putt and end up with a bogey. $1 with a par ahead of Dylan, who will just tap in that easy birdie to maintain his lead.
And then moving into the easiest hole on the course, in my opinion, it's just right there, smooth little hyzer, but it is blind.
Yeah.
So really just any disc in your bag will work. Just throw a smooth little hyzer and just barely graze the top of the hill, and then it slides down to the bucket.
Yeah, this one's pretty easy to tell when you have a good shot. Just pick your line over there, that little skinny tree on the right.
Yep, just right at that double tree.
And if you miss it, you're good.
That'll work. A little bit short, but
yeah, it looked like the wind was definitely playing with that one, and it left him a little bit short. So you put a little bit more mustard on yours. Uh-oh.
nice little wobble and sit. That's looking, well, it was looking good.
Gosh,
just
that
decided
wind.
to
I mean, that
stop flying.
tailwind is just crushing these drives. You could just see
Yeah,
them.
you can see those flags whipping.
Yeah. Nick looked like he put a lot on his as well.
He smacked it and it didn't go anywhere. The tailwind is just crushing everything.
So everybody will be putting from the top of the hill and have some tough downhill looks.
Yeah, he just walked up there with a mid-range. 2 pumps and bang.
Forget about it. Picks up the nice cam. Gets a little love from
Right
Dylan over there.
Right over that limb.
That's gutsy. I don't have it in me to putt with a mid-range.
I don't from that close. It's like a 60, 80 footer. I'll spin putt a rock every once in a while, but he's got the nose down on that thing a little too much.
Yeah, it's
spin back.
Yeah,
really nice.
Tried to bounce out and just stayed in there for me.
Yeah, and that's where that nice spin putt comes in handy. You just cut through the wind. And you're able to
Hallelujah.
keep
I
your
can spin putt. It was so long doing the
That's
hyzer
just
putt.
like
Wind
Nick,
just
yeah.
takes you to school. Every week the wind takes you to school when it's windy.
And that's a great comebacker after just watching his disc roll.
He forgot to putt out and ran back there and got it.
Got to do that. Wouldn't be pretty on the scorecard.
No. This is hole 14. Nice little downhill. A little bit to the left. You want to throw high-speed driver on a really direct straight line towards the next tee pad and then just have it fade in really smooth towards the green. Maybe you go through those trees, maybe you go around the backside of them, but either way, pretty difficult hole to get a 2 on. This is one of the harder par 3s out here.
Yeah, this is one where you really want to get through that gap.
I just got way too much lift out of that, just climbing on that headwind 3 or 4 times, and a limb.
That guardian tree probably kept you out of the rough over there.
Yeah.
Which is definitely good. Let's see what Dollar's got as he's been forcing over some stuff. Looks like he didn't quite get it over enough.
Yeah,
but
it's just a little too high. It's going to start falling backwards.
yeah, so he'll be a little bit up that hill and have those 2 trees to contend with.
Oh, Dylan turned it over too much, but got a really nice kick.
Beautiful kick.
I would take that for sure.
All day. All day.
Not a really good look at a birdie, but way better than it could have been.
It's easy to do what Dylan did and pull it onto that right side because you're trying to just throw it hard and flat
Yeah.
to give it enough room to come back. And Nick does it as well. So he yanks his over. Doesn't quite catch the
It seemed
the
like
break.
every time he got on the tee there for a minute, the wind just picked up for him only. Like it was just way hard for him and not so much for everyone else.
Yeah, and that looked like a straight headwind.
That was really good recovery.
Beautiful shot.
Oh.
It
Good
looked
up.
like he was laying up. It looked like he nodded no and decided to fight another day.
Yeah, you can't lay up though. You gotta try. Just give it a conservative bid.
Dollar with the little flick action there.
Yeah, it took us a minute to find that thing. We had to. Yeah,
Nice recovery from Nick.
big headwind on that little sidearm.
Yeah, it looked like he threw something pretty stable.
Yeah.
Dylan goes between the legs. So it looks like you and Dylan will stay tied at the top. 6 down apiece. Dollar just 2 strokes back. Nic at even, catching a couple tough breaks here on the back 9, but still in it. It's early. Hole 15. This is a fun par 4.
Yeah, this is the coolest par 4. You just gotta crush a huge hyzer or a turnover sidearm. Get about halfway down this hill, and then it's a nice sidearm into the green.
Yeah, this one, the drive is fairly forgiving as long as you're out there. You should generally have a look to try and access the green on your second shot.
I chose to go from the side because there was a flag way over there. I was, hey, I'll use that to my advantage. And
yeah, it looks like it. I think that's far enough down that hill. Oh, Dylan, Dollar going from the side too.
Definitely makes that gap a little more approachable.
Looks like he avoided all the limbs and branches. He gets down the hill as well. Dylan following the lead. It definitely does shape up better to go from the side
That
there.
came out a little too flat. You really want to be going further left because the straighter and longer you go, well, never mind, you got a good fade. The straighter and longer you go, the harder that upshot becomes, though.
Yeah, you can definitely pinch yourself off over there. It looks like there's a little bit of wind fighting back, which might have kept Dylan from
That
going
was a
too
crazy
far.
kick, man. Or the wind blew it.
Yeah, that was nuts. Looked like it came out a little low, and I mean, it's going to take a pump of a sidearm, but like I said, you know, he's got to look at it.
Oh, and
he
he
just turns it over.
He tried to crush it, and
yeah.
That's what happens when you're pushing. And
so easy to end up in there.
sometimes you got to take a lump. It's not fun or easy to just take the lump, but sometimes you got to do it.
Yeah, and whoa. Dylan
Yeah,
with the hyzer.
Uh,
I didn't see that guy. He's
like, I'm just going to try this, man. I don't know what to do.
He's got a little short sidearm from
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Where you go, Thumber?
They cleaned out that green a lot from the previous year, and it's like, I don't know what to do now that I can see the basket.
And a perfect shot from Dollar.
Chips and dip.
Shapes up perfectly for a Thumber for sure. Dylan.
Not real sure. I think
out
it
of nowhere?
got right to the edge. I went with a Thumber too, because Matt Dollar's my hero for Thumbers. He made it look so easy. And now that all that stuff is going, that's actually a decent little putt.
Yep, you definitely have a putt from over there now, and where Nic is, I mean, that's so easy to make that mistake where he is, and just try and pump your sidearm because you feel like you're so far away. But
it looks like he laid up to there and then came out. I don't know. I didn't see.
Yeah, I don't know if he
shove.
kicked over or what. I mean, he luckily ended up in the open and actually gave it a pretty nice run. I believe this is Nic's second shot out of the woods because his first one did not make it all the way out. So.
Oh man, and the dirtiest roll.
Jeez.
That was probably
that
one of those layups that I was talking about earlier that I probably could have taken.
Probably, yeah.
But
you
I
know,
felt like
you
I could have
can't-
made it. I felt like it was going to
Yeah.
go in,
And you can't always account for a roll away like that, you know. It catches you by surprise.
and it just put me in a spot where I had to take a 3-putt, which I hate doing.
Yeah, Dylan puts in his bogey. Dollar setting up for the birdie, and that's a big swing for Dollar,
Yeah, for sure.
as you are taking a bogey as well.
Yeah, I didn't do
Yeah,
my job
that's
on that
right,
one.
yeah.
That was not good.
Yeah, so big hole for Dollar.
Throw a drive like that and then take a bogey. It's kind of silly.
That's stuck in there. So So Dollar with the only birdie. He gets 2 strokes on everybody as we head into hole 16.
Loving the change on this hole. They took that little tree out. No more sidearms from this guy on this hole.
Yeah, it definitely opens up the backhand a lot more. You just want to throw something straight with a little bit of late turn.
Yeah, your favorite is straight disc right at the basket. Again, 250 feet. That's like, if you guys are familiar with the sinks, that's the practice basket out in the driving range. No big deal.
Yep, the gap's opened up. This Dollar hyzers out a little early.
But he's up there close to the circle's edge.
He'll have a little bit of an incline to contend with along with the wind. Whoa.
Good kick.
Great kick. Yeah, it looks like that wind just held you over a
It
little
was a
bit.
tailwind, so I went to my flippier one, and then I anted it too, and that was not good.
Dylan going with the sidearm. Look at a nice...
Nice big tailwind skip
Yeah.
way over to the side.
Yeah, and that's the only trouble with the short grass. You know it's a good shot when it's in the short grass, but if you hit the short grass,
Nick
you're catching
putting
it.
the gold. Oh man, get in there!
Oof.
Yeah, horseshoes. That'd have been good enough, but
And we
Not
definitely
for
need to
disc
see
golf.
that line again for sure.
good enough for horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yeah, it just died out on him. Just like you said, that tailwind looks like just didn't let it get there. But that's a great shot from Nick after some rough going on the back nine so far.
Right over the top. I'll take it. It wasn't short. I tried to make it.
Yeah, and it didn't go too far, so the comebacker won't be too long. Dollar cages it. And that's that little uphill. So, Dylan can't get it either. And that, yeah, I was going to say,
we're gonna
off that
make
cage,
this,
it looked like it was going to catch a roll.
That's 250-foot holes proving to be tougher than described.
Wind makes anything tough, and that's...
Dylan gonna take the 3-putt. The dreaded 3-putt. Right when we're all tied, that was not good timing.
No, and we're getting right here towards the end of the round, too. So,
He knows it.
Yeah.
He's upset. Rightfully so.
Nice drive, man.
yeah, Dollar cleaning up his part. Nick with the dropper. Great shot from Nick, taking the lone birdie.
A lone putter hole birdie.
Yeah. We head into hole 17. This is a pretty tough par 4. Plays pretty long as that second shot you're throwing up that hill.
Make sure you stay tuned for the final round. Something really cool happens on this hole. I'm not going to tell you what. Just got to keep watching these rounds to find out.
And that's what we call a teaser.
Yeah, this is probably the hardest par 4 on the course just because of the distance. It's almost long enough to be a par 5.
Yeah, this one's definitely one that is purely for the power players. If you don't have good enough power, you're just going to struggle to get it without throwing it in.
If it was 20 feet longer, they'd call it a par 5. Dollar trying to put some heat on it and turns it over a little much.
Ooh, yeah, it gets caught up
right
by
behind
a
that tree. That's
Not going to be great footing either with that long grass.
Mewtwo, I choose you. Got a really cool die on that katana from my buddy Jason. Did some Mewtwo. I got 2 Mewtwo's on my katanas.
You still rocking the Pokemon card mini too?
Yeah.
Nice. Got to catch them all.
And then some.
Dylan left his a little straight, but he's in the fairway, which will give him a good shot. This is just a tough look from Dollar, and
Stand still.
not a great kick, but far enough up there.
Big hyzer line. Yeah, I would have went that way from Dollar's position, but
Dylan,
either way, you're looking at a fort.
Yeah, and Dylan goes a little bit low there. That grass is not going to let you go anywhere.
Looks like Nic going with a Firebird. Coming up just a bit short, but that'll putt.
Yeah, and that second shot is a tough one. I mean, you just
that little tree
gotta
with
give it a little bit of extra.
The little white flowers on that tree. You just want to try and hit that because the basket's maybe 15, 20 feet past it. No big deal.
Or you can just end up right by it. You know?
I mean, I was aiming for it, so why not land under it? Some weird things happening because of that tailwind. Just not flying the way they're supposed to.
There have been a lot of shots on this back nine that are just getting slammed to the ground.
It was
even
really,
that one. Even that short little shot from Dylan.
This was one of the windiest tournaments I've played, and I've played like in hurricanes and stuff, and this reminded me of that.
It definitely, Mount Cove, you can expect some wind, but this year was absolutely more than usual, above average wind. And
yeah, we don't suck, I promise. It was really windy.
It was tricky, as you can see there from Dollar. I mean, you see every shot gets slammed to the ground, and then his putt lifts up over the basket, just like yours stays up there too. It was swirly, it was fast, it was gusty. And Dylan probably sensing some calm in the wind and rushing up there to putt.
Spin back.
And makes it work for him.
The wind stopped.
Yeah, yeah. Go, go, go. A Dollar taking the unfortunate bogey there. You'll take your par along with Nic. And that's not, not a bad score on that hole.
No, I'll take a par every day. Unless I need to make up a stroke.
Right.
All right, moving into 18. This one can be very tricky because of the wind. It could pull you down to that parking lot or just get you a little crazy uphill putt. But again, 250 feet is very manageable. Just pick your favorite shot at 250 feet and try and get it close. Just deal with the wind today.
Yeah, and this one had a bush right in front of the tee pad that got taken out, which opened that up. It definitely favors the backhand without that bush.
Yeah.
Whereas it was pretty tempting to go sidearm when that bush was there.
He didn't look happy with it, but it ended up real close. That crosswind just kind of smashed it down.
Yeah, not a bad result there. Didn't get too much of a skip down that hill or anything.
And I was just trying to put as much hyzer on it as possible because we had a left to right wind. So I was just counting on it to not let it move.
Yeah, you can see those flags are just
going
whipping around.
To the right.
That CTP almost got ripped out of the ground by the wind there. And it was just tough conditions. I mean, even on easy holes. So couldn't take anything for granted. Sometimes you can come out here and count your birdies and try and manage the par fours.
And watch this thing just drop. I remember this one for sure. It just like stopped flying.
Yeah. It's just nuts.
It was definitely on the right line and the right spin, and then it just...
And after seeing that over and over, it could just get so frustrating.
And then he gets the lift on the putt.
Yeah,
it's like...
I can't imagine how frustrated he is.
Nice.
Especially after watching that all day.
And that is just wonderful to end your round on. Test your putt, circle's edge, in the wind, drill it and get out of there. And that's, yeah, his head's spinning just as much as the wind is swirling.
That was a good putt from Nic there, taking the birdie to finish the round.
Yeah, good job from Nic getting back under par. He actually got himself over at one point, but fights back, getting 2 out of the last 3 holes. Oh,
good splasher there.
Yeah, good speed and height, but a little bit left side. And
just lacking a little bit of confidence on that last stroke.
So you will actually end up with the 2-stroke lead by the time the first round is said and done.
Well, on this card, there was a couple better scores. Joey Lutz, Matt Rasola, Brandon Brown, Jordan Davison, and Alden Harris all managed to beat me. Joey with a phenomenal round. I'm glad they finally adjusted those ratings because they did not give him what he deserved at first. 1051 is closer to what it should have been.